Black Mesa. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words. The words, the words, the words, the words, the words, the words, the words. Let's just fucking read. Black Mesa is a re-envisioning of Valve Software's seminal classic Half-Life. Gordon Freeman and his unforgettable journey through the Black Mesa research facility have been lovingly recreated to capture the full spirit of the original game without 1998's graphical limitations. This is Half-Life the way it was meant to be played. So what is Black Mesa? Well, it's Half-Life. It is essentially a remake of the original 1998 game Half-Life using the Valve Source engine, so you get a much better experience as far as the graphics is concerned. That doesn't mean that if you own Half-Life 1 that you should go out and buy this. I've played the original Half-Life through twice, and all the add-ons and Half-Life 2, you know, Blue Shift, all the other chapters, played everything, and I still enjoyed playing this through. I haven't finished it yet. I'm doing a playthrough on the other channel, which is getting really good reviews. I think it's because I get so immersed in it, and I play Gordon Freeman as myself, a kind of deranged scientist who murders a lot of people. Yeah. Anyway, there's a link if you want to go and actually watch that. In fact, here's a clip. Here's a clip to set the mood. Hell, man, mate.
There's no way I can make that jump across that shaft. I failed physical education.
Yeah, you sound like you did as well.
Guess that means I'm playing babysitter. Bet you're glad I got this old sidearm on me, aren't you?
I'm going to stay here and wait for my colleagues.
We have rules, you know.
I think we're gonna hold up here a bit.
There's a
Maybe
rule.
gather some food and supplies from the cafeteria.
Mate, there's rules. You see, you either come with me or die. Sensational. What, you actually thought that was good? Are you coming?
This looks like a safe place.
Wrong answer. Ja!
I can't hold on much longer.
Well, just let go, you'll be fine. Bah, it's a long way down. Your legs will come up through your arse. Wouldn't like to be in your shoes, mate. This is going to hurt a lot. Do you buy this? Well, it isn't finished. It's still in early access. The Zen level isn't in yet. The final boss fight isn't there. They are working on it. If you remember, anybody who actually played the original will remember that boss fight has been very poor. It was shit. It was shit. It was shit. There's no other way of describing it. Well, the devs of Black Mesa have said that they're going to make it awesome. So I'm looking forward to that, because the Zen level was shit from Half-Life. It was very boring, to be honest. Anyway, one of the things I noticed about this game was it had a lot of bugs in it compared to the original Half-Life. I mean, the original Half-Life was quite a polished game in its day, because that was made when games were made pretty bug-free, not like, let's release a game now and patch the f***er later. One of the worst bugs I've found is that sometimes the AI doesn't attack you. If you walk around a corner and you bump into an AI and then you run away from them and then go back, sometimes they're just kind of frozen in place doing nothing, which is a bit shit. I've also come across a floating dead corpse kind of thing, and it's very clunky. Well, it's not very clunky, that's just not true. The ladders are clunky. The ladders, getting off the ladder, you just press the space bar, jump backwards and you get off the ladder, but sometimes you can't, and it has cost me my life a couple of times where you're kind of glued to the ladder. It's like Assassin's Creed. You know, in Assassin's Creed when you walk down the street and you automatically you're like a fucking magnet to the buildings. It's like, because there's parkour in it, so you kind of, if you dare to use the jump key in Assassin's Creed, you do 54 backflips off every fucking porch in sight. Well, it's like that. It's like that with ladders. You just, if you dare use a ladder, you're glued to the fucker. It's shit. It's unnecessary, but it's a bug. So I want to mention that. Other than that, it's pretty much fine, and it plays very, very well, and it is one of the best first-person shooters you will ever play. I mean, there's a lot of first-person shooters out, but this was groundbreaking. I mean, groundbreaking and legend are two overused words in society, but you can use both of them for this game, no problem whatsoever. You see, this did break all the rules of an FPS. I mean, we were hosting the UK Quake competitions, and we invited Valve to the event. They were talking about Half-Life at the event, and imagine pitching Half-Life to a few hundred Quake addicts. Yeah. I mean, the first question that was asked is, can you fucking rocket jump in it? You know, that was the mentality back then, because first-person shooters were just like Quake, you know, it was just like a, you know, that kind of game. And Half-Life was nothing like Quake. You know, it wasn't about multiplayer, it was about single player. It was the most groundbreaking single player FPS ever made, because it revolved around the character Gordon Freeman going to work. It was so immersive. You start off on this train, and there's no cutscenes, guys. There's not a cutscene to be had in this. It's kind of like you're on this train, you can walk around the little train carriage, it's more like a little tram. You're the only one on it, and you're heading to work, and the story unfolds from there, and it plays out to you while you're in command of your character still. You never break that command of your character, and that's what made this game so good. Now it's all sloppy quick time events to tell a story, but this proves you don't need QTEs to tell a story. The story revolves around you going into work, you're working as a scientist, but there's a big experiment you're doing, and it goes horribly wrong, and it sets off a chain reaction which pretty much destroys the entire research facility, and there's a lot of deaths involved, and in my playthrough I'm responsible for quite a lot of the innocent deaths, but yeah. And there's some aliens and a guy in a suit. It all unfolds in such a majestic and brilliant way. It is just, the story is amazing. The characters are great that you meet. The way that the whole thing is put together with so much love. So much love went into this game, guys. I mean, they thought this through. They took their time and they did an amazing job of it. You walk around and there's no flashing things for you to pick up. You have to work everything out for yourself by being the guy you are, by immersing yourself in the character. That is the only way you'll find your way around some of the puzzles in this game, because you have to think like the scientist that you are. There's no little blue circles leading you through. You will get lost, you will get stuck, you will get stumped. That's the game, and you have to work it out for yourself. No one's going to come and tell you. It's amazing, guys. I mean, some of the things you have to do, you just have to read the walls. I mean, even right from the very beginning, where you go into work and they say, right, Gordon, they're waiting for you in the test chamber. You know, you've got to go and get your suit on and everything, and you've got to look at the maps on the walls and work out where you have to go to get your suit. And that's great, because it puts you in command, gives you the tools to do the job, but allows you to be immersed in the character that is Gordon Freeman. And honestly, guys, other than Half-Life 2, I can't really think of any other games that are as good as this for immersion. I mean, nowadays we are so used to, oh yeah, if you can interact with it, it'll flash. If you get stuck, just there's the marker over there, just follow that. Or you'll get a mission in a game nowadays and it'll say, oh, what we have to do is we have to cut the power to generator 3. And then instead of just leaving it at that, where you have to find generator 3, they'll say, and if you walk down this corridor, you'll see a pair of ladders. Climb up the ladders, go through the little hole in the wall that you'll see on your right, crawl 100 yards down the tunnel, jump out, you'll see a desk. On the desk is a computer screen. Press the W key, run through the door on your right, jump through the window, and you'll find the generator. I mean, that's games today. But back in 1998, it was, you've got to shut down the power on the generator. Off you go. And then you had to really think, and that's what I'm talking about when I review games and I'm blasting these AAA piles of wank that we get today. It's because they don't let you play them. They play you. You know, and this is a game that if you are say, I don't know, maybe you're only 16 or 17 or 13 or 14 or 15, and all you're used to is the new stuff, get this if you have a PC. Buy this and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, of a really good FPS. You see, this is why people think I'm too harsh on modern AAA games. They'll say, Mac, this is a brilliant game. What are you fucking talking about, you prick? And it's like, no, I know how good games can be because I've played them. And this is one of the best games ever made. Half-Life 2 is one of the best games ever made as well. And I'll tell you how good this game is. When Half-Life 1 came out, I played it right through, straight away. I mean, over a few days, I played it right through. I couldn't stop playing it. It was brilliant. And then, about 6 or 7 months later, I played it all the way through again. And now I'm playing it through for the 3rd time as the Black Mesa, and I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. I'm loving the no hand holding. I'm loving the fact that you have to be able to aim. I'm loving the fact that when you're in a combat situation, the enemy don't just stand there like fucking retards, allowing you to shoot them. They are dodging. They're hard to hit, some of the soldiers. Some of them are aggressive. They'll just come charging at you. Others will hide behind sandbags in the distance, and you've got to try and shoot them. And they are very, very accurate. It is not an easy game. This game is difficult, mark my words, and some of the puzzles will have you scratching your head and you get stuck, and there's nothing wrong with getting stuck in this game. It doesn't mean you're shit. That's the thing. I mean, there was a couple of comments. Some pricks on my playthrough says, Mark, I can't believe how shit you are, you're getting stuck there. It's like, yeah, everybody gets stuck there. It's impossible not to get stuck there because you don't know what you have to do until you scout around, until you check out your full environment, because it's impossible. Anybody who says they don't get stuck at certain points where I get stuck are just liars. They know the lying. I know the lying. Everybody who's ever played the game knows the lying, because the game is designed so you'll get stuck there because you just don't automatically know. Like, for example, a great one is a ceiling hatch opens at some point in the game and you've got to find that. You've got to go backtracking a little bit down a corridor to find it, and it might take some people 2 minutes, some people 10 minutes, but you get stuck. You see, and that's what makes the game, because it gives you a sense of achievement when you find the way that you're going and you suss out a little tiny puzzle. The puzzles aren't exactly hard, but they make you think, and that's what I love about this game. It has so much depth that you'll run across other survivors as well, and they'll like say to you, you know what, if you can get that train working over there, it might be able to take you down here and there, and you've got maybe he's a boss to kill to do that, and you've got to find out how you kill him. Nothing's obvious in this game. It makes you think. There's a lot of cryptic puzzles going on, and I like that. There's a lot of content, a lot of depth. It's well worth the money. I mean, it's not as good as Half-Life, because Half-Life was in 1998, and the impact of that, we'd seen nothing like that, was just immense. I mean, we have seen stuff like this, you know, and so this doesn't have the impact on someone like myself who's played it. But mark my words, if you have never played Half-Life 1, buy this. It's $14.99 and it is worth every penny. If you have played Half-Life 1, you probably just give it a miss. There you go. This is games done properly. This is a proper old school game, and it makes me want to go and play Half-Life 2. I'm going to play it right through to the end on my other channel if you want to go and watch that. But it's one of the best games ever made. Absolutely brilliant. Even though this was made 17 years ago, it is still better than most AAA games that come out now. And that is incredible. But not as incredible as the fact that when you think about it, guys, this was 17 years ago. Some of you guys weren't even fucking born when this game was made. And look at how little progress we've made in video games. 17 years ago. It's a fucking embarrassment to the gaming industry. If I worked at Electronic Arts or Ubisoft or one of these big fucking publishers or developers, I'd be fucking ashamed of myself if I looked back and saw that this is the standard we had 17 years ago, and then you look at the latest Call of fucking Wolfenstein that came out this year, and it's a fucking disgrace. It is. It's a fucking disgrace, and they should be fucking ashamed of themselves. They are fucking talentless cunts who are making games today. Not everybody, but the vast majority of these AAA game developers just need to fuck off and look back 17 years and say, fuck Fucking hell. This is better than what we are producing now, you useless twats.
They're waiting for you, Gordon. In the test chamber.